What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and I'm back with another video. Now, some of you didn't take too kindly to my last video of why I'm rooting for PlayStation, and I hope they stand pat and do what they're doing because I think it's a good business model that works for them. A lot of you, understood of it. Some of you obviously didn't, and it's a shame. But earlier this morning, and I'm sorry that this video is so late, but earlier this morning, like 3 a.m., which is like spooky hours actually, um, PlayStation posted they're on a blog post that they are increasing the price of the PlayStation 5 in select markets. Those market includes Europe, Canada, Mexico, Asia, and Australia. So everywhere but America, the United States, right? North America excluding the United States. Um, in some cases, I think it's like going up as much as I think $50 and above. In a lot of these markets, the PlayStation 5 is already more expensive than the Xbox Series consoles, but below here we got it. We have the PlayStation 5 with the disc drive going from $499 to $549. We have the digital going from $399 to $449. You in the UK, you got it going up from $449 to $479, and the from $359 to $389. In Japan, it's going up from 49,000 yen to 54,000, almost 55,000 yen. And for the standard, and then for the digital is going from 39,000 yen to almost 45,000 yen. In China, it's going from 33,000, pretty much 38.99 yuan to 42.99 yuan, and so on and so on. Matter of fact, in places like Australia, Australia, PlayStation 5 is going from $749 to as high as $799. Digital edition going to from an absurd $599 to a crackhead absurd of $649. In Mexico, $14,000. Ah, man, all sorts of crazy prices. Canada is going up to $649 and $519. So PlayStation is blaming these increases on inflation and the current market. So I'm going to tell you why this is actually okay, and it's a good thing. I'm going to tell you what some of those. I'm gonna tell you what PlayStation fanboys are telling you, but don't know how to tell you. And I'm going to try to tell you what some of the people that are trying to be unbiased. I'm going to try to explain it, but I'm actually happy that this happened. This is good. This is the good I was talking about for PlayStation 5. Here's the thing. Think about it. For people like you and I, if you're watching this video, chances are you probably already had a PS5 and you got it for whatever price it launched at, right? Unless you were a dumbass and you paid what you call scalper's price, right? The problem is though, for majority of people, the PlayStation 5 was never its retail price. You know what I mean? For a lot of us, it was never its retail price. Think about it. Think about it here. Whether you bought the PlayStation 5 from a scalper or you were forced to buy it in a bundle, these GameStop bundles where the PlayStation 5 is no less than $700, right? So this really doesn't impact, because a lot of people who bought the PlayStation 5 in the last year, if you did not get it from those what is it, PlayStation do these little website thingies, PlayStation Directs. If you didn't get it from PlayStation Direct or lucked up on the Best Buy or Amazon purchase, and you happen to get it from GameStop, that means you got it with an extra controller, a headset, and 2 extra games for like $800. That's what you did. So you pretty much probably didn't want the shit that you got with it, but it was just like, hey, that's the only. GameStop does not sell you a standalone PlayStation. Now it's curious to see how these new prices affect those bundles. Now in America, PlayStation knows it's already bad optics everywhere else, right? It's already bad optics everywhere else. But at the end of the day, the PlayStation fanboys, not fanboys, the PlayStation consumers don't care. PlayStation were right. So the PlayStation, the price PlayStation 5 probably should have been, because it's over engineered, is probably should have been $600. But they didn't want to repeat themselves. But now they're seeing the demand. They're seeing how much people are actually paying scalpers, how much people are actually playing GameStop for these bundles. And when they are in stock, how quickly they're selling out. So PlayStation is like, okay, GameStop is able to make money off our consoles releasing by them always bundling things together. Scalpers are making money on our PlayStations, right? PlayStation is even making money on their PlayStation, selling at the price it is. Remember, months ago, they announced that they're no longer selling at a loss. So it actually makes no sense for any of these, for this to actually be happening. Inflation or not, it doesn't make any sense that this price hike is actually happening, because they're already profitable. It would make sense for an Xbox to do it. But PlayStation is taking advantage of the fact that they are not available as rapidly enough, and that they could be making more of a profit. PlayStation, $70 games, they've been headlining that. Their first party games are $70. And now their console is more expensive, rightfully so. Now, only thing that needs to happen, right, is that PlayStation continues to sell at those prices, which they will. They will. And this is the stubborn PlayStation that I want and I need, because this PlayStation is going to help Xbox. Now, I'm not mad at them hiking the price. I'm not going to pretend like, oh my God, it's bad. I don't care who buys the PlayStation at $550 or $700. I don't care. I already have my PlayStation 5. So this does not affect me, and it does not affect most of the people making these videos. Now, even if Xbox turned around, and I think it would be stupid if they did, but even though they already announced, but just think about it like this way. Even if Xbox turned around and upped the prices of their Xbox consoles, it technically would not impact me whatsoever, because I already have an Xbox Series X and an Xbox Series S. I already have them, and I already have a PC. So if I went to if I felt slighted because they increased the prices for future buyers, and I wanted to protest, I just sell my Xbox and just play on my PC. But you guys know me, I'm not going to do that. So let's just break it down, right? All the people that are protesting and tweeting and whining about the situation, they're upset. If you feel bad, because let's believe it or not, Xbox fans, Xbox fanboys, we don't feel bad. We'll act like, and we're talking as if we care, and like, this is bad, Sony. We're actually happy because we're hoping the sheep in these other countries finally wake up and say, hey, we're paying too much for PlayStation. I'd rather just go get an Xbox, and then we can brag about Xbox outselling PlayStation and other content. That's what we really want to happen. So internally, we're happy, even though on Twitter we're saying, bad Sony, this is so bad. Like, how could they do this? You know, we sympathize with PlayStation. No, we don't. That is a lie. And the reason why some PlayStation fans are upset and they're saucy, they're tweeting about it, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, because they're afraid that, hey, there's a chance that people over at Xbox can capitalize on this and PlayStation can lose market share because of this. Now, why, if you already own a PlayStation 5 and their exclusive games, why would you care? Why would you care? Because you already bought your PlayStation. Now I'm talking to the PlayStation 5 owners. You already bought your PlayStation. You bought it at launch. You bought it. You got the games, whatever. You already have the console. So it really doesn't matter how much more money they sell this console for to anybody else, because it doesn't matter to you who buys the console after you. You got yours. But no, something's more important to you. Not the fact that you got your PlayStation 5 at retail, not because you have your games, because you need PlayStation to contend in this console war. And if PlayStation do anything that makes them look bad in the console war, a bad reflection on you, because you can no longer brag. PlayStation fanboys are mad at this situation because Xbox can potentially start selling more in PlayStation in those impacted regions. Think about it, that's the only thing. That's why anybody's mad. Because nobody realistically with a PlayStation 5 should be mad or upset. Why? It's different if they announce, let's say, God of War retail price is going to be $79.99 or $99.99 just for the standard edition. That's different because that's a game that's coming soon that you anticipated to buy, and now it's costing a lot more than you expected than what you originally thought. That's different because that's something coming that you don't have yet. Something tangible that's coming you have. You can't be mad at a PlayStation. Now you already bought your shit. I already done bought and sold a PlayStation 5 already. I'm on my second PlayStation 5. You can't be mad unless the only people who should feel a certain type of way if my pals in Europe, my pals in Mexico, my pals in Canada, my pals in Australia who haven't gotten a PS5 yet. But everybody who are already in those territories, in those countries, in those cities, those states, whatever, if they already have a PS5, then this really has no impact on them. So I don't want to hear about, people are upset. Oh, how am I going to play this game? Da 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 da. PlayStation believed in generations. They're still releasing a lot of these games for the PS4, right? So this is good for PlayStation because, hey, we already know they're already making a profit on PlayStations. The PlayStation 5s. They're no longer selling at a loss. This is a bigger profit for them. And if they manage to beat Xbox by doing this this way, then that should prompt Xbox to do something. Not to raise their prices, but to do something. So I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I started breakdancing when I read that tweet. I jumped in Xbox University Space. I didn't need to talk. I just listened because I was just happy, just hearing about it. I'm excited. PlayStation, bravo, because now you're showing who you really are. And the funny thing about this, and whether people believe it or not, because the biggest fanboys exist here in the United States, PlayStation did not raise their prices in the United States of America for the two reasons. Even though Europe, I believe, is PlayStation's biggest market, America matters just a little bit more. And in America, the PlayStation 5 isn't dog walking the Xbox like it is everywhere else. It's a territory where the PlayStation and the Xbox are pretty much neck and neck, and any vital mistake PlayStation makes in America could be a turning point. Think about it, there's only like hundreds of thousands separating the Xbox Series consoles and the PlayStation 5. So any stupid mistake or pivot that makes the PlayStation look bad and that could potentially slow down sales, Xbox is gonna win. That's how close they are. Brother, even most of the PlayStation fanboys, even though the PlayStation's biggest market is Europe, most of their fanboys exist in the United States, and they find it hard to believe. They don't believe that PlayStation and Xbox are neck and neck. They think PlayStation is just been dog walking Xbox this entire time in this country. That's not the case. It's probably the closest it's ever been with the Xbox Series and PS5. It's as close as it's ever been. That's why PlayStation won't do it. They can't do it. It wouldn't make no sense for them to do it. So they're doing this in territories where there's at least a decent lead. Where places Xbox isn't really popping. Xbox isn't really popping like that in UK. It's a big market for Xbox, but PlayStation won them over. Europe is a PlayStation territory. Japan, Xbox sells 5,000-6,000. PlayStation sells 45,000. It's a big difference. Japan is the only place where the PlayStation can outsell Xbox 10-1. But PlayStation, they're confident. They're brash. They know people want it, and they know these other people. The crazy thing is that the Xbox is much cheaper than the PlayStation in a lot of these territories before this hike. That's just how dull and just weird these people's gaming tastes are. That PlayStation can do whatever they want with the pricing, and they won't budge. And PlayStation is literally betting against the market. It was like, okay, you know what? They're feeling themselves. This is the first time in history that I can remember, that I can't speak for everything, but I can remember where a a console releases get a price increase 2 years after it release, when trend should be she get a decrease 2 years after release. But this is why I'm rooting for PlayStation, because PlayStation will make things happen. And I need them to continue to do this. And I hope they sell very, very well, exceptionally well, because they need to make much money as they can on the PS5. They need to make as much money as they can on the PC. And man, PlayStation, no, they're doing a good thing. And we know God of War is going to come out, and people are going to buy those expensive PlayStation 5s and droves for God of War. And then no, I think we're in for a good year. But I'm telling you, like, me personally, I'm extremely happy. I'm not going to pretend like this is bad. It's not bad. Now, it would have been bad, like I said, if it forced Xbox to do it, and then they forced games to go up $70+ then I would like, all right, this is bad. But no, PlayStation is sticking by its guns. Like I said, they need to continue to be stubborn. Don't follow Xbox's business model. Do what you do. Take advantage of your consumers, of your loyal fans, because they will buy it. Why give that $700-800 to GameStop? Why allow them to make that money when you can do it yourself? Why allow a person with a bot to make $1,200 on the PS5 when you can do it yourself? Your fans are that loyal. That loyal. So that's the video, guys. PlayStation 5 price hike. I think it's good for, I was about to say I think it's good for gaming. I think it's good for PlayStation. And they're going to come out on top. And they're gonna they're gonna prove, PlayStation typically prove themselves right. They're gonna prove themselves right that this was the best decision, despite the PlayStation 5 already being profitable, completely profitable during the pandemic. It was profitable. So not sure how much inflation changed, because it was still profit. Inflation shouldn't change whether you're making a profit or not, but they're gonna get even more of a profit, especially in those other countries who apparently being treated like, there's a reason they didn't do this in America. Xbox is, of course, Xbox is the best box. I am the best spot. PlayStation, I'm rooting for you. Keep it going. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.